what you do and what game we're at today.
Morning. So I'm Jonny Evans. I'm the sports therapist here at Gloucester City. So it's Boxing Day. Hope everyone had a good Christmas. So we're here for the game today against Swindon Supermarine. So we're just going to set up now, and I'll show you through my day-to-day stuff at the club. Foam rollers and mats for the lads if they want any, do any self-massage or just loosen off any tight muscles before the game. We do treatments ourselves as well, but obviously with timing and stuff like that, we'll just they can use these instead.
We've got any injured players that are coming in today to do anything or not?
So we'll have Doris come in. Hopefully, should play some part in the game today.
Yeah.
So he'll come in and just have a few strap-ins and maybe a little rub on his back, manipulate his back a little bit, just to loosen him off for the game. Obviously, he's been out for a few weeks now, so just try and make sure he's nice and raring to go. We've got Harry Burns. We'll have a look at him. Obviously, his knee swelled up the Chertsey game, so we'll reassess him and see how he is. I think that's about it, mate. So it's 11:30 now, so we'll tend to get in normally about 11:30, 12, just to set up, mate, because it's a massive rush otherwise. So nice to get in nice and early, just to try and set everything up without a major rush of all the players being in the way.
See, Sheppy's already set up.
So Sheppy's done that. So they were in Sunday. Obviously, from what our bit of a battering on Saturday, we were in Sunday to do a bit of running and do a bit of work and go through a few bits from the game.
Are there any players that sort of, every time they come in, they have sort of a rub or a massage of some sort just before the game?
It depends what they got wrong with them, mate, to be honest. So some might just come in for a rub if they're carrying a few knocks or tight or anything like that. Generally, it's strap-ins, to be honest. They seem to be the main one that they have. Right, we're just going to fill the fridges up, mate. So this is all the bits for the boys before the game for them to have. So make sure they're hydrated. We've got to look after them. Hydration's key with injuries. So obviously, see Sheppy set up the waters already.
And could you talk a little bit about one player who's just come back from injury, Harry Pinchard? Wasn't it a pretty bad injury at first? And
yeah, so that was Hungerford, wasn't it? Hungerford on the Tuesday night. Yeah, so we went down and ran on for him, and basically just told me he'd heard a pop and a crack sort of sensation. So you'll run through your general soul taps on pitch assessment, which is CRS, look, touch, active movements, passive movements, and strength. So we'll see what he's like with that. Obviously, if you fail one of them, you can't move on. Generally, you'll get them off. Sometimes you might give them a few seconds to see if it does help. But half the time, if they're no good, you're just getting them off anyway. But when you say something like you've heard a crack or something, it's pretty obvious what they've done. So yeah, no, fair play to Pinch. He's worked hard. He's done well. He's obviously still lacking a bit of match sharpness, obviously for being out for the last 3-4 months. So we're trying to integrate him back in a little bit at a time. Obviously got 40 minutes, 35 minutes against Chertsey, wasn't it? And then started against Plymouth. Obviously difficult environment, difficult game to be involved in, considering the result and how the game went. But it's minutes in his legs, which is good. So we can build him up. So he's had about 60 minutes on Saturday. We'd like to think we'll give him an extra sort of 15 minutes today. It all depends how the game's going on and how everything's going, what the gaffer's thinking and things like that. But if he gets a few more minutes, we'll just have to look after him a little bit more after the game. So That's where the recovery shakes, the ice bath. So we'll go and set them up now. That's where all these sort of things help. The ice baths aren't great at the moment. They do need a little bit of a clean. But yeah, we'll set them up. So we tend to set these up before the game as well. The only problem with these ones are, because we do take them away, as well as having them on at home, they do tend to get a little bit grubby and a little bit mouldy. But we do tend to try and give them a deep clean sort of once every month, that sort of thing, just to try and keep everything nice and hygienic for the lads.
As a physio, do you actually know anything about, these players cutting the back of their socks? Sheppy thought it was an absolute farce. What do you think about it?
Again, there's science behind it, isn't there? Some like it, some don't. The thing with this sort of thing is it's all very much, if you think it works, it works. So, I mean, lads do it. Obviously, some of the socks nowadays that they've got are quite tight, so they like to cut holes in them just to make them feel a little bit looser. So it's more of a comfort thing. It does help a little bit with the lymphatic drainage and that sort of thing, the build up of lactic acid and all. But yeah, our lads don't do it. So,
and talk to the fans a little bit about your journey to becoming a physiotherapist and what it takes to get into a job like this.
So my journey was, I always used to get injured playing, only again local sort of football, Hellenic standard, and below. So I used to get injured a fair bit, and it just interested me on how to treat injuries, basically. So yeah, spoke to a few people, went to a few different clubs, asked their physios sort of how they got into it, what their route was. Loved sport at school, quite enjoyed science. I was a bit of a biff, to be honest, at school. Quite enjoyed the science side of it, and always liked, to learn about the human body and stuff. So yeah, sort of got into it that way. Spoke to a few people, had a look on the FA websites, done a few sort of taster courses, so like strapping courses, general sort of basic management of injuries, that sort of thing, which I don't think they do now. I think it's more gone to the IPMIF and the MFAFs and all those sort of thing. But that was going back a few years. So yeah, did that. Ended up looking at physio and sports therapy. Physio at the time was more hospital based, so getting people back recovering from strokes and things like that. Sports therapy was more, you're involved in sport, so instead of getting you back walking, we'll get you back running, which was sort of more my cup of tea. So yeah, did that. Went to Gloucester Uni, did a few years doing sports therapy there. Went part time in my second year because I got a job from my work experience. Got a job at Hereford. So I was working as reserve team and youth team therapist there under Ian Rogerson. Before that, I'd been at Newport doing massage and stuff as well, learning my trade there. And then obviously, I know there's been a bit of rivalry between Hereford and Gloucester before, but you know what happened. They went sort of bust and came back, had a sort of season out of lower league at Westfield just because I was based in Hereford at the time. Came back then when the club started back up and went back up through the leagues, and then went part-time because I'd gone set my own business up, so all mobile sort of treatments and things like that. So I went to Cirencester and John Brough when Broughy was there, so that's how we met. Left there and went to Yates, working with my old manager at Hereford, Pete Beadle. We've got quite a good relationship with him. He left after 3 months. He got the sack, and I think he resigned, actually. I think he resigned after 3 months. Stayed there for the season, and then, again, came in contact with Fleets when he was there. Obviously, he was here at the time with Tim. They needed a physio. Asked me if I wanted to come in, and sort of rest was history with that sort of side of it.
I reckon it'll be nice to see Fleets again today for today's game.
Yeah, obviously we've got a few old faces, haven't we? So Fleets, Yoan, Harry Williams. Know Zach from a time at Cirencester with him as well, so it'll be nice to see a few lads. Obviously, I was with Jamie Edge at Hereford as well, so yeah, it'd be nice to see a few boys. And they've always been a fairly sort of decent side, Swindon, won't it? So it won't be an easy game. Obviously, Fleets is a good coach, so it won't be an easy game. So, but no, hopefully we get 3 points today. So obviously this is another thing that we'll set up before the game. So I tend to just put it here, so I know it's ready to go out. Graham or Sheppy or whoever will take it out for us. So we've got the spinal board, we've got the flat board. Again, equipment-wise, we're lucky to have some of the equipment we've got here. Not all clubs at this standard, and some of the above will have it. Furnos are better, the ones that interlink, but you get what you get. You know, we're lucky to have this. So this will be used for any spinal injuries. We've got the flat pack for obviously any fractures, any breaks that we're worried about. Stretchers in there. We've got the trauma bag, which was kindly brought to us by the trust, so we appreciate that. This has got all the necessities for a life or death situation. So this is where last season I had to go on the ITMIF course up at St George's, where it's pretty intense, sort of 2-day course that they run through all your basic CPR, your life-saving skills, you know, and then you've got your breathing apparatus in there, your eye gels that you'll stick down your throat to sort of help with your breathing, help open your airways up. So again, it's a good bit of equipment to have. And again, we're lucky to have it. Not many clubs do. The trusty defib, again, another piece of equipment that we need. So we'll just make sure that that's working and the battery's on. So again, this will get checked before every game.
Tear open package and remove pads.
That's good, that's working, that's fine. Green light's on. So again, we'll have all this on the side of the bench with us just because it's quicker if we're needed straight away, then obviously myself, Sheppy, whoever, I can call for it and then we've got it. Yeah. And then we'll put some ice in here for the shakers, ice and water in here for the shakers, just so they have a cold drink afterwards when they come off. Apart from that, mate. That is pretty much. That's all the setup. We've got the ice box and my little run-on bag, but again, I'll go through that just before I go out to make sure I've got everything that I need in it. Yeah. Blood towels are there as well, so we'll use them. They'll be out on the side of the pitch as well. But yeah, that is basically all the equipment, and all that will be pitch side then. And as I say, if needed, Sheppy will get the shout, or Ruffy will get the shout to bring it on.
Sam's got a decent team.
That's the end of the game. What did you make of the game, and what was your involvement in the game?
So I thought they played quite well, a lot better than Saturday. It was nice to see nice positive performance. Nice to see KP scoring again as well. So but yeah, on the whole, loads better. Not a major lot to do today. Obviously, Leds went down first half. He'd had a clash of heads, so it was just making sure he was okay, make sure there was no issues with his neck and things like that. And he was safe to carry on. Yeah, apart from that, all good. A couple of knocks at half time, and so we had to monitor Dawes a little bit, monitor Pinchy a little bit just for his minutes. Obviously, first game back for Dawes. Again, thought we did really well. So yeah, we'll see how they recover over the next couple of days, ready for Wimborne. But yeah, on the whole, good result, nice pleasing result, and nice to see them play well again. So we'll just go and set up now for Wimborne, and yeah, everything we've done today, we've got to do it all again now. Saturday away at Wimborne. So yeah, hopefully another 3 points.
Are away games harder than home games?
Yes, they are, just because you haven't got as much time away. Obviously, the manager likes to get there about 1:30. Me and the kitman Sheppy, we like to get there a little bit earlier, just so there's not people in the way. We can just take our time setting up, and yeah, it's just a lot more time on home games than there is away games. So yeah.
And obviously it's Boxing Day today. What time will you be getting there?
Oh, so what's the time now? So we'll pack up.
We're packing up now, Johnny!
5:30, probably get away from here, probably about an hour to pack up, so 6:30, 7 o'clock, something like that, I just thought. And yeah, I don't know what time we're leaving yet. Sheppy, what time are we leaving? Saturday?
10:15, I think.
10:15 leave on Saturday, so we'll be here again 9:15 on Saturday.
And just to finish it off, I asked Sheppy the same question he said to you. Who do you think we should do this series on, behind the scenes at the club?
Oh. So I just had this discussion with Sheppy now, and I thought either Macca or Connor, the keeper coach, but I think we'll go Macca, because he does do quite, even though Sheppy said he doesn't, he does do quite a bit behind the scenes.
Cheers, thanks Johnny.
Alright.